County commissioners also approved solid waste fees for the upcoming year. These fees are part of the solid waste management system used to support programs like debris cleanup. Most homeowners will actually see the fee go down next year. Before this, commissioners also got an update on the solid waste management plan. One of the interesting items that was just what is dropped off at the household hazardous waste facility. There are usual items, say like dangerous chemicals, but then there are things like this. Take a look.
We also get grenades, pipe bombs, unmarked containers, illegal drugs. The middle picture right here, that's bags of marijuana that were dropped off. We get radioactive material, tear gas. This is a tear gas container here on the right. We've even had human waste come in. Like a guy brought in a bottle with his tonsils in it. It's like, we don't take those.
Well, how about that? More than 1 million pounds of household chemicals were dropped off last year.